Hello, everybody, and welcome. Tonight we have got a special guest, Kat Parker. She is running a support group for, have to be careful with our trigger words, with the injuries, the injured people. So we're going to bring her on and we're going to learn about her support group, learn about what she's been dealing with, and then answer any questions that we can for everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I've been following you since the beginning. So to have you on our podcast is just like, it's the icing on the cake for me right now.
Thank you so much. I've been following y'all's too. So I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you so much. So we joined, what was it, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, your support group on a Friday afternoon. And I was blown away by the amount of people that you had on there. And Nicole and I are like, we have got to get her on because we have so many people reach out to us that need help. And, you know, we're all over the place, but we don't know exactly, you know, what's helping people, what's not helping people. I'm seeing things that people are trying to use and, you know, one person saying it's helping and then the person uses it after spending hundreds of dollars and now they're worse. So it's kind of amazing to be able to talk to you after being on that podcast or on that support group meeting and get to find out exactly how you're helping people and what you're doing. So thank you so much for coming on for us today.
Absolutely.
So how long ago did you start your support group?
I think I started it probably about 6 months ago, give or take. It was after my injection.
Yeah.
After my injection, because I couldn't really find anyone that was having the same issues that I was at the time. And I'm all about emotional support. I know that even medical support is fine and dandy, but if you don't have that emotional support behind you to help you with the guidance or just someone to talk to or someone to give you just, you know, unconditional support, it makes it a lot harder journey to go through. And so when I couldn't find what I was looking for, I said, you know what, I'm just going to start my own. If it goes, it goes. If it fails, it fails. I don't know how this is going to go. And just like that, we started growing. My first 4 people are still with me, and that was Adam, Donna, Sheila, and of course myself. And then it's just, I look at the analytics, and it's just like this climb of people coming in the stream, and it doesn't stop.
How many people do you have in your Facebook group? Do you know?
Almost 3,000.
Wow. And yeah. Everyone's injured? Not
everyone, no. We have professionals, so we have doctors, we have nurses, we have therapists, we have health insurance people, we have just people from all different backgrounds, healers. You know, they all want to help. They're all, and a lot that come in want to get more information and find out, is this something they need to do? Is this something they want to get the injection? And I invite even the trolls to come in and talk to us.
That's good.
And the reason why I do this is because I want you to have honest conversations with us and ask us questions, because if you're out here trolling us, I have my own Reddit post to my face. So I have makeup on now, but my face has rashes all over it. I have my own post, a whole trolling post on Reddit on my face. I went to the group and I invited them in. And I
Wow.
said, hey, there's somebody behind this that you're doing this to. And I actually got an apology from the guy who posted it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is, because we deal with it, on our end for what we do for trying to help everybody, and it's unreal, what these people, you would never think that these people can be so mean. It's absolutely unreal what they're
I've seen
doing.
it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I was in law enforcement for 15 years, and I've seen evil. I've seen nasty and vile people, and this is just a new level. This is just people who just continue to keep. I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is. They say we have an agenda. I'm
Mhm.
just a single mom with 2 kids trying to do the best she can, who lost her job due to her health, and trying to help other people. Um, I have no agenda. Well, my agenda is to get better. I want to get well, but I also want to help people get well.
Mhm.
And
And that has a big healing part as well. When you're helping people help themselves, that also helps you heal.
it does. It does. It has helped me a lot, even though it can be very stressful. It can be very overwhelming because there's days that I get offline and I sit and cry.
Mhm.
I sit and because these people become my friends and they've become close to me, and you just want to go out and hug them and comfort them and do whatever you can. And there's only so many hours in the day, and I have narcolepsy, so I sleep 16 hours, and then when I get up, I'm here working the entire time. So I feel like I miss out on so much that I can do to help people when I'm in that state. But you do the best you can. That's all
You
you
need
can do.
one of the most healing things we can do for our body, though, is to sleep. We
Unfortunately, I
absolutely.
don't. It's not really sleep for me. I don't go into REM sleep, unfortunately. So
No.
I'm out. That's
Has
the way
that
it is.
has that changed? Did you have that before, or did that happen after the injury?
I had none of this. Nothing that I
None of it.
have. I had nothing before until I got that injection. And I had 2 injections. Um, and it has ruined my life. It has ruined my health. It's finances. I'm devastated finances. My relationship, my everything, you name it, it's taken it away.
Because you're not. Are you able to do any of your photography at all that you did before?
Sometimes it depends on how I feel. I try to still go do it once in a while just to feel normal
Mhm.
because I love photography. That's my
And
jam,
you
and
are
I love
you're an
concert
amazing
photography.
you are
Oh,
an amazing artist. I mean, I've
thank
looked at
you.
your stuff because, like I said, I've been following you since the beginning,
Oh,
when
thank
you first
you.
started coming out on TikTok, and they took your page down. And I mean, how many pages have you had on TikTok?
I'm still on my first one, actually. I
Did
still
didn't they take it down, or is it
they
just the
took
video
They
that
took
they've taken
30
down?
videos down, so they've
Okay.
taken them. I've appealed all of them, and I think they've still taken down like 10 of them. One I can understand. Okay, one of them I get it. The rest of them, no, you didn't have the right to do that. But I think we got a win yesterday with
I
Elon Musk and
Yes.
Twitter. That, man, I was in here praising Jesus on that
I saw
one.
I was on with Zoom with Nicole earlier, and I opened up Twitter to post something, and I saw your post. Because, like I said, I've been following you forever, and I'm like, oh my God, did you see this? And she's like, what? Like, this is so
Right. I was like,
amazing.
praise Jesus. I was
So
like, this is
yeah,
fantastic. So hopefully other social media platforms will follow, um, and
I'm
maybe get
amazed
off the
that you're still
pot
on
and
Facebook. I
stop
can't
being
believe you're
puppets.
still on Facebook.
yeah. The
What'd you say? I didn't hear you, hun.
Oh, I can't believe that you're still on Facebook. Can you hear me?
I've been banned a couple of times. I've come back. I have 5 accounts. So I rotate. I
you kind of
can't get
have
my
to.
regular one taken down because all my photography stuff and all my clients and all of my band members that I shoot for are all on there. So if I get shut down, that would be devastating to me because I still try to do photography, and it would be very devastating to me as a photographer especially with concerts, if that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unreal, this stuff that, you've had to deal with, and you're just one of the many that's had to deal with the censorship, because you're just
Millions.
trying to share what's happened to you. Was it after the second one, was it the second one that was the worst, or did you have issues after the first one?
So the first injection that I had was the J&J one. And then I started having chronic insomnia and fatigue. So then I went to the doctor and I said, hey, something's wrong. And they're like, we think it's just your menopause. And I'm like, I don't remember my mom's menopause doing this to her, or my sisters, this just doesn't seem right. And so they thought I was anemic. So then they gave me 2 huge iron infusions, did nothing. So then I wound up having a sleep study, and he's just like, I don't really see anything. So, okay. So then I went and had the Pfizer booster after that. And then that just 2 weeks after, my hair started falling out. So hair started falling out, imbalance. I started just getting to a point where I was beyond fatigued. I was so tired. And then I started falling asleep at my desk. And then I started falling asleep driving.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I almost wrecked a couple of times, and I'm just like, I don't understand what's happening. The brain fog, memory loss. When I get up in first thing in the mornings, I'm so out of it, I fall over. And my imbalance has gotten worse lately. Like, I was standing here in the bedroom the other day, and I just went over. No warning, no nothing, hit the floor. My son came in, he was like, my God, what happened? And I'm like, I don't even know. And it's happened more. Blood clots and bleeding, coughing up blood clots.
Oh my goodness.
Epstein-Barr virus, which I've never had mono in my life. People are like, well, it must be dormant. No, because if you look at VAERS, you will see that there are babies on there with Epstein-Barr virus. So I don't think they're around kissing each other. It's the amount of side effects is crazy. Adrenal insufficiency, sleep apnea. God, this Parkinson's disease. That's the biggest one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 50 with Parkinson's. So it's been very, very difficult. My daughter is my caretaker. She's 19.
I was just going to ask, how old are your kids?
19 and 23.
Okay, so
and
they're older.
Yeah, they're older.
Okay.
No, I don't know what I'd do if I had smaller kids. That would just be, because I'm divorced. My boyfriend lives in New York, and it'd be very hard on me, even more than what it is right now. So,
Kat, how did you connect the dots back to the injections? Or at what point did you realize?
Sick. It's just, like, if you get hit by a car and your back is broken, it's just, it's what happened. It's, people are like, oh, how can you connect it? I was never unhealthy before. I had fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. That was the most that I ever had. Maybe some TMJ in my jaw. Never had any of this. Right before I got those injections, I was on a cruise for the Monsters of Rock cruise. And I was photographing the bands. And right after that, I got it. And I was like, gosh, I've never felt this tired. Am I sick? Thought we had the C, but I didn't. I didn't get the C until this year. And then after the Pfizer booster, boy, man, you might as well have put me in a grave, because I was just like, this is just horrible. Thinking maybe there's something else going on. We even thought I had cancer. So went to a hematologist, and there's like, nope, you don't have cancer. So, I mean, it's, what is this, that old correlation causation thing that I always keep hearing? It is what it is. You can't deny millions of people have taken this thing, and millions are injured, and people are dead. And this is history repeating itself. Look at Pfizer was the only one that's paid the largest criminal fine in history.
Like $286 billion.
They've had 91 separate fines or cases against them from the FDA, CDC, all the rest of them on there. You can't deny it. I mean, this is the same thing they've done over and over for years. It has not changed. And then why in the world are we censoring people? We've never censored people in anything else in the world. You could talk about pedophiles wanting to have sex with children.
Yeah, but
we
yet
can't talk about this happening to us and that we're actually sick and dying. Where's the sense in that? It's all about money. It's all it is about. It's money and control. And Pfizer holds a lot of that control over a lot of people. It's a lot of deep pockets, a lot of backroom deals,
and people are afraid to say anything. That's
I'm not.
I mean, I'm not either. But there's so many
I am
people
not.
that are,
you know what? And people need to grow some. They really do, because you know, you complain about not getting your Starbucks coffee right, and you'll blast somebody in the Starbucks line, or you don't get your sandwich correct with the tomatoes and the mayonnaise that you asked for, and you throw it back at people. You can't get mad about this.
Yeah, I know.
It's common sense is not so common anymore.
Yeah, they call 911 for those things now. You know,
I've got some super calls on 911. Yeah.
Yes, on the news. Hey, you guys, that's not a reason to call 911 when they get your order wrong.
When your drive-through takes too long. Yeah. On your support group that you do, you have is it a weekly Zoom or that you're doing?
It's every 2 weeks, but I think I'm actually going to go to weekly now because the last two,
they were. I know
the last one was 3
on
hours. The one before that was 5 hours.
5 hours. That was the one Nicole and I were on. We're like, we have to hop off. We have another Zoom. We need to get on.
5 hours. But I let them talk, and I don't mind being on there.
It's so needed. It's so needed. That's why it lasted 5 hours, because when you talk to somebody else, it's just like, oh, maybe it's anxiety. Oh, maybe you just need to sleep some more. You're fine. Just shake it off.
And I have suicidal people in my group, so they need that release. They need that release to talk to people and know that they're not the only one. They're not the only one that has the health problems. They're not the only one that's financially devastated and losing their home, or, you know, these things are happening, that somebody doesn't believe them. They need that release. They need the therapy. And then I don't mind. People will see that I will go, and we had somebody in Australia. I did not know her. Somebody referred me to her. She's suicidal. And within 20 minutes, I had a therapist calling her in Australia. And a U.S. doctor called her just to consult her, and 5 people from Australia that I'm connected with that all called her on the phone and has been checking on her every day.
Oh,
so good. I'm on it. I'm not going to wait for anything to happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's like when we hear of something, we jump on it. Like, what can we do to help? How can we help?
Yeah.
We like to run from crisis to crisis, we say. All day, every day.
I've always been in the middle of crisis. I mean, when I got on the police department, crisis was all I knew. But I'm just the kind of person that's the servants of other people is what I've always done. I love to help people. I want to see people be happy and healthy, and but I'll be dang. I almost said it. I'll be dang if I let anybody take advantage of somebody else. I won't let it happen, and I will speak up and say something.
And we've seen that time and time again with different things, and like I was saying earlier, different products that people will say, oh, this is the next best thing, and then people end up worse because of something.
Can I talk about that? Do you mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, go ahead. Warn everybody.
All right. So it was brought to my attention that there's this device called the wand, and that there's a couple of people that are selling them to the vaccine injured. I said it.
So you're good.
Sorry. To the injection injured. I apologize.
Don't worry. We're going to back up this episode. We're going to back up this episode. If they keep taking it down, we're going to put it right back up.
Yep.
So those people that took this disgusting shot, they are taking advantage of these people, because I spoke with a doctor yesterday, and this wand apparently has these terahertz and these pulses that come out, and it's making people worse. There is a group of folks that I've spoke to that said, you know, we bought this from this person, or we received it for free with a $200 shipping. I don't understand that. And that it's made my symptoms worse. If you're not buying from a health professional or someone that is locked in completely on a device, any kind of medical device, don't buy it from someone. You need to talk to a doctor. We're a special case of people. We're not just this, you know, go in and get this and go in and try that and it's going to work. Our conditions are so different that our tests come up normal, or these things come up normal. They don't even read, but you're in front of a doctor having tremors, but it all looks normal on film. Don't do it. Don't buy something. It's like snake oil. It is. And if that person selling it to you doesn't know anything about it, then
witchcraft or Harry Potter or something. It's like, it sounds like witchcraft. I mean, who knows? They could be putting curses on it.
You know, the thing about it is
like my frequency thing for my wrinkles. Like, I mean, like, that's, I have one of those electrode-y things. It's like, you know, the globe that you touch and like the little shocky things come out, like in science experiments. I'm like, I do that for my wrinkles. I'm like, that's what it sounds like.
Well, but then that's a smaller pulse, but we're talking about something that you put an EMF reader up to it and it's reading off the chart, like poltergeist, you know. That really needs to be a hint to you that, I mean, we don't need to buy stuff off of people that don't have the experience and the backup of you know, like clinical trials or case studies. I found one video on that machine, and it was out of China. And other than that, I'm sure this person's trying to do the best they can, but I'm sorry, you know, you're taking advantage of people right now. And I know several of them that you are, and several of them are just devastated. They're devastated. And nobody has $200, $300 to spend on something that's not going to work, and you just throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
So,
and that's, I've seen, you know, because I follow and I have friends with so many in this community from what Nicole and I do. People come to us and ask for help in different things and friend us on social media. And when I saw that the other day, I was devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I made the connection because there's this group of people that MLM hop, and they go from one to the next, and this is their latest one. And
I'd like to find out who they are.
And I'll tell you offline.
Yes, please do. I'll make sure they get shut down. And then there's a couple of other groups that we're going to try to get shut down.
It's unreal what's happening. Because like you said, you're a special for anything, and it's, you know, what works for you may work for two other people and then make work for no one else. And that's where we have the hardest part, is people come to us asking for help, and it's like, well, what's the protocol? It's like, it's not a one size fits all protocol. You know, you have to be willing to do things.
Well, you don't have any recourse on it either. So you go into a doctor and the doctor does this to you, and at least you have some medical malpractice insurance to back up on that. You use this, you have no recourse. There's, I mean, and then what if you're in the middle of a court case or something, and then they say, hey, you use that. Now you
made yourself worse.
So,
Kat, are you finding anything that is working that's helping?
The Parkinson's medication does keep the tremors at bay. I have a hard time getting my doctors. I do have two wonderful doctors, but I have my other doctors. I have a hard time getting them to even give me any treatment. I've not had IVIG, EBOO, HBOT, any of that stuff, and I've asked for it. So I too am fighting to get treatment. I've got to a point where I tell my other neurologist, this is what you're going to do. I don't give him any room to wiggle now. I just say, here's my list of what you're going to do, get it done. Because I'm tired of asking. I'm tired of the gaslighting, and we get that a lot.
Oh, yeah, the gaslighting is unreal what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I guess
it's not just with the injured. It's, it's all
everybody.
across the board.
Or,
And,
people are unshotted,
yeah,
injectioned, however you want to say it. They can't get transplants or give their kids their kidneys or whatever because they don't have the injection.
yep.
What happened to bodily autonomy? What happened to being able to choose what you want to? I mean, this feels like a communist country that we're living in now.
Mhm.
If I want to do that, I'd move to China or North Korea.
Yeah.
But I
It's
choose not
definitely
to.
not. Yeah, definitely not what we thought America was. That's for sure.
No.
So, what would be the best way that we could have people reach out to you to be able to get to your support group? I know you have the Trial Site News group on there. Is that better, or is it the Facebook better for people to be able to reach you and get on the Zooms?
Well, we're in the process of building the Trial Site News site. That platform it's uncensored. It's just a good thing about it is the Trial Site News owns that whole entire site, the server, all of that stuff. So it won't get pulled down. So if anything you post, like when you post on Facebook, it's not going to get misinformation or half truth, which I wonder, is that like half pregnant? I don't, I don't, some of the stuff that they post on there, it just doesn't make sense. But with Trial Site News, you post on there, it's there, it's not going anywhere. And so we're building that platform up to where the app for the platform will be done next month. And then after that, we're building the resources. So we'll have like health, social services, therapy, the organization. So all that stuff will go into these funnels on the site where you can actually find a doctor. If you're in crisis, find a therapist. If you need a treatment, here's the list of treatments. If you want an organization to join, here's the list of the organizations. Do you need a grant to help with finances? Here's a list of foundations that give money to help with rent and food and all of those things. And they're going to go by state, and then we're going to build the countries in too. So it's like a hub of people that come together that are willing to help, and a real partnership with other people. And I hope to build a telehealth section on there, and a
That would
crisis
be incredible.
section. And so those are the things we're working on right now. And it's a very small staff, so it's coming along. People always go, I don't see anything, but it's getting there. Funding is always a big thing. I do everything on my own here, and so a lot of stuff that I do, it's out of my pocket, which is very little. So, if I would love to see a large donor come through and say, you know what, we want to help y'all, and here's some money to help you get the stuff together. That would be great. Somebody would just,
we need some Tony Starks out there. If they could just give me
exactly.
$1 million, you know how much good I could do.
And I run up under, so I'm also on the Foundation for Operation Truth, which is for shot injured vets, so veterans. So I am up under a nonprofit, so I work within that boundaries. And so, we're just trying to do the best we can. And if you want to go on Facebook, that's fine. But if you want to get censored, sure, stay on there.
Yeah, and we're very minimal with what we do on Facebook. We are starting to go towards the other types of websites. And in fact, we're redoing our website now so that we have
You can always come to Trial
one-stop
Site
shop.
News if you like. We got a great platform for you that's uncensored. So
Well, we'll definitely have. I've already created a profile on there because I'm in the vaccine injured. I said it. I'm in the injury support group with you. And it's kind of nice to see some of the people that I've friended on Facebook that are in there that are getting the help. So
we've got some great professionals in there that really know what they're talking about. People are like, well, y'all are just crazy. No, I'm sorry. We've got some of the top that this is their world. This is what they know. And, statisticians, doctors, scientists, nurses, doctors, investigators, lawyers, we're not just a bunch of kooks over here. We're people who are actually investing time and investigation and knowledge and experience in this. And we're not going to stop, because you don't want us to stop. You don't want us to quit talking and quit doing this, because when we do, you might as well go ahead and dig your grave and put your headstone up and sit by it and wait.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kat. I am so honored that you came on today to talk with us and share what you're doing. And we will definitely get your links for everything out for our viewers, and then we'll share the link for this as well, so that you can share it. Would you mind if I posted in the trial site in the group?
Absolutely, please do.
Perfect. I'll post the link
on all the sites that we're on. Everything, please post away. And I appreciate everything y'all do. Thank you so much. Y'all are such wonderful women, and strong and brave and resilient. And I'm so proud to know each and every one of you.
Thank you, Kat. It's an honor to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that there's a group out there, because we've been scrambling to get people these services, to get them the support group. And how do we reinvent? We could definitely work with you, and we can send people your way that, why reinvent the wheel? So
exactly. And it's just such an amazing group. I mean, that day that we were on, I'm like, we have to go, but I did not want to get off that call, that Zoom call, but we had another one. So it's just amazing that she's created this group and she has it for everybody. So, wow. It's just, I don't know.
So, all right. And folks, just remember, if you can go on to Apple Podcast, and rate us with 5 stars and leave us a good review, because the trolls have been hitting us pretty hard, because apparently they don't like what we have to say. Apparently Kat's lying and she's making up all of this. She's not really injured. She's just doing it for attention, I'm sure. That's
all the people.
That's the
in
guys.
Her group. Yeah,
So,
5 hours of a Zoom is all lies.
People just making it up. So, all right. Thanks, folks. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.